Good evening. Myself, I'm DEVI PRASAD. So today my topic is sentiment analysis and movie review. I'm doing this project under the natural language processing. So our abstract is in this project we plan to do a sentiment analysis and movie reviews. Sentiment analysis is focused on the extraction of opinions of the people towards a particular topic from an textual data. In this project, we try to focus on sentiment analysis on a data set called Rotten Thomas Movie Review Database. We examine the sentiment expression to classify the plurality of movie review on a scale of 0 to 4, which is 0 is called highly disliked and highly liked is called 4, the rating. And perform a future extraction and ranking and and we use these features to train and multi-label classifier to classify the movie review into its correct label. We are going to implement some of the machine learning algorithms to order to compare the final accuracy level. In addition, a comprehensive study on different classification approaches has been performed to determine the most suitable classifier to suit our problem domain. The methodology which we are using is in this project, we use the turn frequency into the inverse document frequency transformation in order to help the future vectors for the each phrase where term frequency means the TF means the term frequency where IDF means the inverse document frequency. The main purpose of using the term frequency, inverse document frequency, instead of using the raw frequencies of occurrence of a token in a given document is scaled down to an impact of tokens that occur very frequently in our given corpus and that are hence empirically less formative than futures that occur in a small fraction of the training corpus. A skit Python library provides several transformations of the term frequency into inverse document frequency transformations such as count, vectorizer, uh, and TIDF vectorizer, and these are the three approaches for the below given three approaches for the transforming text data to TF to IDF data. So the first approach is first use the count vectorizer to build the future vectors with the few frequency values. Then convert them into TF IDF values using TF IDF transformer. So where TF IDF vectorizer combines the frequency of both a vectorizer and TF IDF transformizer. It directly converts the text data to future vectors with TF IDF values. All tokens are converted to lowercase to avoid duplicates when transforming text text data to TF IDF format. In machine learning, the data mining usually stopwords are removed from when the processing data to reduce the complexity of data. In this project, stopword removal has not performed as such phase consists of only few words and some phases only consist of stopwords. We are using the algorithms. We are using three algorithms of machine learning. Uh, the three algorithms of the are the prediction algorithm. The first one is logistic regression and support vector machines and naive Bayes. So these are the classification algorithms, and one is the regression algorithm. So coming to the regression, logistic regression, it is a linear model for the classification than rather than the regression. It is also known in the literature as a logistic regression, nonlinear classifier and maximum entropy classification in this model. The probabilities describing the possible outcomes of a single trail and or the model using a logistic function. A logistic function is used to find the accuracy and precision score of the prediction. Performance has been evaluated using holdout approach and validation approaches and categorization accuracy values. Coming to the support vector mission are set of the supervised learning methods used for the classification, regression, and outlier detection. It tries to find an hyperplane that can effectively divide the given training data into two parts. The major advantage of support vector mission and is effectiveness in high dimensional spaces. Also, it uses a subset of training points in the decision function called support vector mission. So it is also efficient. SVM model is used to find the accuracy and precision score for the prediction in this algorithm. The one drawback in the SVM is when the training data is highly unbalanced, resulting model tends to perform well on majority data but perform bad on minority data. In skitlearn library, the different types of kernels such as linear are provided in implementation, and the multi-class classification used one against one approach. Naive Bayes, coming to the Naive Bayes is also a supervised machine learning algorithm and is also a classification algorithm. Bayes theorem with the naive assumption of independence between every pair of features. Performance have been evaluated using holdout approach and validation approach and categorization of accuracy values. In this project, the major thing which we are using on the sentiment analysis. So now we'll look into the sentiment analysis. So what is a sentiment and how we can analyze the sentiments? So where every service support and reward and feedback quality certification and customer sentiment are the major things of the sentiment analysis. So sentimental analysis is also known as an opinion mining or emotion AI. Is the use of the natural language processing and text analysis and computational linguistics and the biometrics to systematically identify, extract quality, and study the affective states and the subjective information. Sentiment analysis is widely applied to a voice of the customer materials such as reviews, such as survey responses, online and social media. The healthcare materials for the applicants that range from the marketing to customer service to clinical medicine with the rise of deep language models. So sentiment analysis is basically known as means of finding the mood of a public about the things like movies, politicians, stocks, or even current events. We will analyze the sentiment of a movie reviews, scripts, or we saw like earlier. So here we can see the sentiment analysis of a movie review, like a public talk. For example, suppose a movie, how it is. We can say it is good, it is bad. As of our review, we can as per the sentiment we can say the review. So coming to the supermarket, so here the people which use the one item can buy the same item in the next day because of their sentiments and because of their things. So the next one is this is a tweet in Twitter. A selfie is not a device to bring about the change for Mr. PM. So this is one of the sentiment of the Prime Minister. So next we'll move. What is a sentiment analysis? Identify the orientation of opinion in a piece of text. Here we can see that the movie was fabulous. It gives an smiley emoji. The movie stars Mr. X. It's not an good and not an bad. So it gives a medium emoji. The movie was horrible. So we cannot watch the movie. So it keeps an unlikely emoji. Can be generalized to a wider set of emotions. What is a sentiment analysis? Sentiment analysis may be a feeling, and it is based on an attitude, emotion, or an opinion, or a person, object, or situation. Sentiment is a subjective impression. The study of sentiment helps to analyze the companies to crack why aren't customers buying our product or service. So based on the customers' sentiments, a product or a software company can also build such an software. What is the lacking in customer preferences? Analyze the subjective data and the preparations and mispreparations and analysis of the tweets and comments. Applications of sentiment analysis to study one-ended question responses, customer surveys, opinion polling surveys, public feedback and social trends, customer satisfaction, consumer certification analysis, employee perceptions, public talks on the product, service, or movie. So here are the five emojis that we have here. One is a lovely emoji, smiley, and not good, and angry, and a disturbed person. Discovering the people opinions, emotions, and feelings about a product or a service. Motivation of sentiment analysis. Knowing a sentiment knowing sentiment is very natural ability of a human being. Can be trained to do it. Sentiment analysis aims to get the sentiment related knowledge, especially from the huge amount of information on the internet, can be generally used to understand the opinion in sort of documents. These are the tripod of the sentiment analysis. One is the cognitive science and machine learning and natural language processing. Uh, Sentiment analysis contents and challenges and lexical resources, subjectivity detection, and sentiment analysis and approaches, applications. Such as we have many types of contents in sentiment analysis. SentiWordNet is called a local resource of sentiment analysis built on the top of the word net sentence and attach the sentimental related information with the sentence. Quantifying sentiments, so we can have the objective thing and subjective term, sense, position, and one is the positive and one is the negative. Each term has a positive, negative, and object score, and some scores of one. A, a basic task in sentiment analysis is classifying the plurality of a given text at the document sentence future aspect level, whether the expressed opinion in a document or a sentence or an entry future aspect is a positive or negative or neutral advanced beyond plurality. The sentiment classification looks for an instance at an emotion states such as enjoyment, anger, sadness, fear, and surprise. Subsequently, the method describes in an patent by an looked specifically at a sentiment and identified the individual words and phrases in a text with respect to the different emotion scales. The current system based on the work called effect check present the synonyms that can be used to increase or decrease the level of evoked emotion in such scale. Building the scent word net, Len, Low, P, or the three seeds nets interactively expand the seed sets through K steps. Train the classifier for the expand steps. So these are the expansion of the speed sets. LP, LN also see autonomy. The set at the end of kth step are called TR, and TR is the and TR is the set that is not present in TR and TRKP and TRKN. So committee of classifiers, train a committee of a classifiers of different types and different k values for the given data. Observations: low value of a given k give high precision and low recall accuracy, determining positive or negative. However, remains almost constant. WordNet effect, similar to Senti WordNet, an earlier word net effect is equals to WordNet plus annotated effective concepts in a hierarchical order. Hierarchical called effective domain labels, behavior, personality, and connective states. So, as per the sentiment analysis, we can construct the graph. Why we need graphs is to model the specific to the model item specific and pairwise information independently, and why we need a node and edges. Node is equals to Node in the sense sentence of the document and source and sync. Source and sync represents the two classes of sentences. Adjust weighted with either of the two source scores. Individual scores prediction whether the sentence is a subjective or not. Association scores prediction whether two sentences should have the same subjectivity level. So coming to the sentiment analysis, we have we have some of the negative and positive challenging examples, uh, like I I do not dislike cabin of service. Disliking watercraft is not really my thing. Sometimes I really hate. I would really too love going out in this weather. I love my mobile but would not recommend it to any of my colleagues. These are the some of the sentiment analysis examples. We will see an example of sentiment analysis. For a recommendation system, the sentiment analysis has been proven to a valuable technique. A recommendation system aims to predict the preferences of a target user. The mainstream recommendation system works on explicit data set. For an example, collaborative filtering works on a rating matrix, and content-based filtering works on the metadata of the items. In many social networking services and e-commerce websites, user can provide the text review, comment, or feedback to the items. This user-generated text can provide a rich source of user sentiment opinions about the numerous products and items. Potentially of for an item, such text can reveal the both related future aspects of an item and user sentiments on each future. The item's future aspects described in the next play same role with the metadata and content-based filtering. As we know, sentiment analysis is in process of classifying whether the block of a text is positive or negative or neutral. Sentiment analysis is contextual mining of words while indicates the social sentiment of a band and also helps the business to determine whether the product which they are manufacturing is going to make a demand in the market or not. The goal which the sentiment analysis is trying to gain to is to analyze the people opinion in a way that it can help the business expand. For example, if we want to analyze whether a product is satisfying the customer requirement or there is a need for the product in a market, so we can use the sentiment analysis to monitor the product review. Sentiment analysis is also an efficient to use when there is a large set of unstructured data. uh, so sentiment analysis, we want to classify the data by automatically tagging. Surveys are used to extensively to the gain knowledge of how a customer preserves the product service. Sentiment analysis also gained its popularity due to its future to process large volumes of NSP responses to obtain consistent results quickly. So we have mainly three reviews in sentiment analysis. One is happy, neutral, and sad. So why we perform sentiment analysis? According to the survey, 80% of world data is unstructured. The data needs to be analyzed and be in a structured manner, whether it is the form of mails, text, documents, articles, and many more. Sentiment analysis is required as it is store data in an efficient, cost friendly. Sentiment analysis also solves the real time issues and can help you to solve the real time scenarios. Types of We have types of sentiment analysis here. So the first one is fine grained sentiment. Now we will see the type of sentiment analysis. Sentimental analysis. There are the four type of sentiment analysis. The first one is fine grained sentiment analysis. So this depends on the user based thing. This category can be designed as a very positive, neutral, negative, very negative. Mm. The rating is done on the scale from 1 to 5. If the rating is 5, then it is very positive, then 2 negative, and 3 then neutral, where the 4 gives average and 0 gives very bad. So the second one is emotion detection. The sentiment happy, sad, anger, upset, jolly, present, and so on come under the emotion detection. This is also known as the lexicon method of sentiment analysis. So the third one is aspect-based sentiment analysis. It focuses on the particular aspect. Like for an instance, if a person wants to check the future of a cell phone, and then it checks the aspects such as battery, screen, camera quality, then it aspect-based is used, where the users will be giving the sentiment, will be giving the reviews in Amazon or Flipkart after buying the order. So by using that reviews with the and another user can also make his sentiment, and he can buy also the same product. The other sentiment analysis is multi-innugal sentiment analysis. This consists of a different types of languages where the classification needs to be done as positive, negative, and neutral. It is highly challenging and comparatively difficult. How the sentiment analysis does work? There are the three types of approaches used in this method. Rule-based approach. Over here, the lexicon method, tokenization, pricing comes in the rule-based. The approach that counts the number of positive and negative words in the given data set dataset. If the number of positive words is greater than the negative words, then the sentiment is positive, else vice versa. The automatic approach is the sentiment which works on the machine learning technique. First, the data sets are trained and predictive analysis is done. The next process is extraction of the words from the text is done. The text extraction can be done using different techniques such as a navy Bayes, linear regression, support vector machine, deep learning, like the machine learning techniques are used. Hybrid approach. The third approach is hybrid approach. It is a combination of both the above approaches, the rule-based and automatic approach. That is, uh, in this hybrid approach, the accuracy is high compared to the other than the two other approaches. The sentiment analysis applications are the sentiment analysis has a wide range of applications as such. The social media, for instance, the comments on social media site as Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. A snapshot overall here the reviews are analyzed and categorized as such as positive, negative, and neutral. Customer service in the Play Store, all the comments and ratings such as rating from 1 to 5 are done with the help of sentiment analysis approaches. Marketing sector, in the marketing area where the particular product needs to be reviewed as a good or bad. So on reviewer side, all the reviewers will have a look at the comment and will check and give the overall review of the new product or a old product. These are the main four applications of the sentiment analysis. So what are the challenges of the sentiment analysis? Or if the idea in the form of a tone, then it becomes really difficult to detect whether the comment is optimist or pessimist. The other one is if the data is the form of emoji, then you need to detect whether it is a good or bad. So the third one is even the ionic schematic and comparing the comments detection is really hard. The fourth one is the comparing the neutral statement is big task. These are the four challenges of the sentiment analysis. So now we'll see the last thing about sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is powered by a smart language algorithms in a null set. It works by identifying the quantifying and positive and negative feelings within our words. The kind of suitable wordplay can often be lost within the flow of busy live chat service. Agents are trying their hardest to respond quickly and accurately, and deeper analysis is difficult. So the sentiment analysis, if we give good morning, then it gives all hi good morning. These are the sentiments uh, as per the human being sentiments. These are the main sentiments. If we give respect, the same respect will be our reply from the others. So when we use the support of charting customer sentiment analysis provide an insight into the real mood behind the messages. This sounds cool, but it is useful. Here is an handy listing outline some of the top benefits of the sentiment analysis in live chat software. Thank you